Greetings, this is Kevin Jefferson here with Trade Theory for Monday, 10/27/25, October 27th, 2025. I decided to go ahead and do an early video because there may be some movements in the market tomorrow, the next day once this comes out. So I just want to share thoughts on the different assets that we track. This is the Bitcoin chart, and so as we anticipated, we had that as a possible pullback point about a week ago from a sell trend or from a downtrend. And so I find an entry opportunity here around the 115, 206, 41 area. So would take a sell here if I was trying to short or get into Bitcoin. My stop loss would be up here, as I mentioned before, and nothing changes there in the 126 area. And the downside target would be down here at the 103,939. So I'm expecting price to potentially hit 103 for Bitcoin in the coming weeks. Okay, so we're short Bitcoin now, looking for a sell to a take profit down in the 103 area. Okay, moving on to WTI crude. Crude oil bounced back up to our pullback point that we mentioned last week, up here at the reset area of around 62 and some change. And so we have an entry hypothesis here as well at about 61,285. Our stop loss is up here at 63.72, and our take profit is down at 57.58, 57.584 to be specific. So we're short on oil based on this hypothesis, and we're looking for it to go down in price over the next several days. Okay, and then looking at gold, gold has pulled back, and it's continuing to pull back. So we have a possible pullback point before selling of around 4,926. So once price tags that point, we want to look at a lower time frame and expect price to potentially hit as low as 3862.54 or specifically 3862.535 before potentially resetting back up to the 4100 area, 4130 area. So, but first things first, we're going to watch for price to pull back as we're looking at here, and then look for price to move down to this max low point. And if it stalls out there, then we'll watch for price to come back and reset. But we're looking for this pullback and then a sell on gold for this week. Okay. And then moving up to the US 30, which is the Dow Jones, we had a potential pullback point down here, but price continued to move higher off of this continuation high. So the next pullback point for the Dow that I project to be the most valid is around 47,179.40. Once price gets to that point, price may try to push up one more time, but then we may expect a reset of price. But we'll first wait for price to get down to that point before we make any more of the hypotheses. 47,186.31 thereabout. So we're looking for a pullback over the next day or so with the Dow Jones price dropping a little bit. Same for the NASDAQ. We got prices shot up here, and we have a potential pullback at the 25,573.10 area before we make any more determinations of what we want to do next. And then wrapping up with the S&P 500, we have a similar outcome where prices continue to move higher. It's gapped up, and so expecting it to reset down here at the 66.30.55 area. So looking for price to drop back down, not gap down, but drop back down on the S&P in the coming days and weeks. Okay, so just to recap, we got a sell hypothesis on Bitcoin, looking for Bitcoin to drop in price, and with a target point down in the 103 area. And we have WTI crude, which is pulled back like we asked or anticipated, let me say. And we have a short entry here with a stop loss at roughly 63.744 and a take profit down at 57.584 in that area. So we're looking for oil to continue to drop this week. Gold, as we said, we're looking for a slight pullback and for it to continue lower, at least down to the 3864.32 area. But we'll come back and assess that another time. And then the indices, as I mentioned, waiting for those to pull back to their respective pullback points before continuing higher possibly in the coming days. Okay, so I hope this is helpful for you all. Use it as you will for your portfolios, for your trading, or just for your market analysis and learning how to better understand the price nuances of the market. Okay, until next time, enjoy the day and happy trading.